It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Be with me, darling. With me tonight. Tonight is Center of Light in the Making. Not necessarily Center of Light in the Making. The title is In the Making. The subtitle. The actual title is Epic. I keep wanting to say EPOCH, but it's Epic. That's pretty freaking epic, y'all. Good to see everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. New technology. Bunch of stuff moving around. Loving it. I love moving around. I've been wanting to do this one for about a week. I like the sound of the word epic. It just sounds so epic. And we are in the epic. Right here, right now. Let's see who's here. I want to acknowledge everyone in all these rooms. Oh my God, I got so many rooms. Love it. I love having fun. I love playing with technology. I love playing with you. Please play back. Play with me. Hello, Sarah Peterson. And you are from New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken there, Sarah Peterson. Well, let me tell you, Sha, I'm from Houma, Louisiana, just a little further south than you. I live down the bayou from you. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Dana Trotter. Elaine. Let's try this room over here. And this room over here. I see KK in. KK, are you in Inception Radio Network room? Is that where you are? I saw you there. That's where you are. You go, girl. Everyone, welcome to Center of Light. Tonight is Center of Light in the Making. What is in the making? Let me do a refresh on this here. What is in the making? Your world, your reality, future, history. I got that from the History Channel. You butterfly, you. We are the future in the making. It's epic, I tell you. You with me so far? Good. I'm with you. Fully. We're going to tell the story of how it was all done from a future vantage point. Got some Shunya Murdy, always delicious. I got some Sadhguru, always nutritious. Don't be so goddamn suspicious, y'all. It's an awakening happening. Yours and nobody else's. It may look like everybody else around you, but it's yours. It's epic, I tell you. I ain't here to sell you anything except my new best. You can find links at the top of these forums. It's going to get epic. It is epic. You are epic. You are in a life-changing situation. Again, as always, Dr. Katie Camara and I, others are coming on board soon, real soon. Lots of abundance coming Center of Light's way. I want to say thank you, I love these rhymes, to MJ just a minute ago. Today allowed me access into some of the Inception Radio Network's forums. I used to be with Inception Radio Network as to why I had all this success. And we made contact just a bit ago, and he says, Keith, do your thing. So I'm grateful to MJ Lucas. Check him out. MJ, capital MJ, space Lucas, Wellness, I believe it is. Shakely Products. He's phenomenal at it. You want to get healthier, quicker, sooner, better, more better? Get in there and drink the shakes. A couple of more rounds in these forums, just so because I'm learning what's happening, how all this goes down. Hello, Dolores Cornia. Good evening to you. All right, let me look at my bullet points. Here we go. For those who are looking at the fundraiser post I just made, give a monetary gift, thank you. A sharing gift, thank you. A praying gift, thank you. Everything helps. Your presence here right now is beautiful, and it helps. It helps me This is all about me. And I don't mean egoistically. It's all about me. I love sitting in this place with this beautiful decor, graceful ambiance, to hang out with you, to have rapport. What else can I do? I love it. Center of Light in the making tonight is epic. If not now, when? It's when. It's now. What is this universe that is so infinitely huge or vast, as well as infinitesimally small? And how can we grasp either? It is very important in this period that you stay internally referenced to monitor your feeling. Umbrella, feeling, subfolder, feelings. How you are feeling. It is your gauge, barometer, measurement stick, your thermometer to spiritual wellness. You will know simply by how you feel. 4 things you can never change. You exist. You can never change it. You will always exist. There's already comfort and releasing of the fear of death just by hearing it. Number 2, all there is one and one is the all. Number 3, what you put out, you get back. Number 4, the only thing that never changes is change itself. And here we are, located within the self to change a whole bunch of stuff around. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be what you want to see. Be that. Be that full in, as Nori Love says, full out. Show up to the game. Show up to the party. Let everyone know that you are chewing on sticks of spiritual dynamite. And then share your gum with everybody. We're all here for a magnificent dance. And a chance that has never happened. This has never happened before. It's epic, or epoch, I tell you. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Blessings. You are here, hopefully, if that's your choice, for the final round. But we've been doing this for eons. Eons. Days, minutes, seconds, hours, turning into this caterpillar. It's epic. Center of Light foundation. The foundation of light is located at your center, my center. History Channel's logo. Thank you, History Channel. We are writing history. We are the history, because the written word lives within us as to why we are able to breathe. That is the written word. The word is etched upon all of our hearts because the word is our heart itself. The heart is not just a physical muscle located in your chest. What is truly located in the rest of your chest is the best of the best. It's everything. It's everything. You've done nothing wrong. No need to feel guilty. You've done your best. Step up. History in the making. You are, we are. It's epoch. It's epic. Melinda Lane in the house. Let's see what's happening. I'm still learning this dance, hence the Alrighty then, so that works simultaneously. I get it. 2 rooms are being shared in the same chat. So hello everyone. How is life for you? Are you happy? Do you know what you are due? Do you? It's coming. All of it's coming. What is the all of it? Exactly. All of it. Unconscious creations, conscious creations. Step up, rise up, move through all the reservations. Trial by fire, dive directly into your nonsense, your fear, and my dear, what will become near to you? Keith, I'm scared. Goddamn right you're scared. It's Alex Perez. Om Mani Padme Hum. Good to see you, bro. Goddamn right you're scared. Hence the word fear. When we have fear, we're scared. Do it anyway. Stop being impaired. There's a lot being shared everywhere to help support any of us to move into the light despite all adversity. It's not as tough as you think. Is this going to be hard? No. Will it be challenging? Yes. And your difficulty will lie in what you think you cannot move through because of your reservations to do so. I understand. It's nerving. It's okay. We're always swerving on the road anyway, so why not wake up to the fact that you're driving the car? You're a rock star or a porn star, whatever you see yourself to be. Either way, you are a star rising. Rise up. We are history in the making. It's epoch or epic, I tell you. Take a short song break. We're going to be right back. I got some rock stars themselves that's going to show up. And these presentations, these audio presentations are phenomenal. Maybe during this song break, you can go get some water, some wine, some Mother Earth, some cookies and some milk, whatever it is you do. But I'm going to be here for a while, and I'm going to milk this divine teat as I sit on this seat. Stick around. Tonight is epic.
Making one of 100 million pieces, making one of each and every heart, giving one love like you really mean it, seeing one in each other every day. Loving one is how to get to heaven. Sharing one, the love that you are. Hearing one, that little voice inside. Being one with all the people. Teaching one all the children about love. Lives to make a difference. receiving one, love that's your gift. Think as one ends the separation. Being one saves the world. Teaching one all the children about love. Finding one your own peaceful heart. Causing one to feel peace too. And that's the way. About love, finding one your own peaceful heart, cause the world to feel peace too, and that's the way. That's the way. That's the way to be one. Be one. To be one.
Welcome back to Center of Light. We're about to get down into the fire. Hello, everybody. Tonight is Center of Light in the making, but it is Center of Light in the making as far as this platform. But you are the center of light, and we're all being made. It's EPOCH or EPOCH. I like EPOCH. It just sounds like an alien's name. When I was in the bathroom, while getting most of my nuggets, downloads, don't know why. Probably because I have nothing on my mind except relieving whatever's on my bladder. I drink lots of water. And this juicy little tidbit popped into my skull. You may have, on your spiritual walk, seen this occur quite often. It's called resistance. The mind, the monkey, does not want to be jacked with. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Can I come over and meditate with you? Sure. It's their first time, right? 40 minutes before they're supposed to come over, the phone rings. Hey, man, I can't make it. I got a phone call and It's called resistance. Well, Keith, how can that be resistance? They didn't know that somebody was going to call. The mind knows, it knows, it knows the incoming potential information. It's called resistance. You meditate, you start scratching everywhere. It's resistance. When something you know beautiful is about to happen, something else shows up. The shoe is always going to drop, right? In any aspect of our life, what I got in the bathroom is applicable. I don't believe in when I quote. It's just the devil, or I won't be able to have what I want finally. The devil makes one final appearance before God anchors itself, just to check and see if you are truly done with him, before he releases your mind back to the divine. The devil makes one final appearance before God anchors itself, just to check and see if you're truly done with him, before he releases your mind back to the divine. I saw this today, ever so clearly, and it was epic. Just when you're about to step confidently, the rug you're about to step on begins to vibrate and move to where you're not sure if you're going to stand up when you step. You will be able to stand up, because it's going to be wobbly. It's supposed to be wobbly. Keith, shouldn't I step on solid ground? It doesn't become solid ground till you solidly step. Until then, it's just potential energy. That's why it's moving so much. And it takes a balanced one who is anchored to say, you're not moving anywhere except when my will says you can move. This is applicable in any area of life, relationship, money, job, hobbies. It's about confidence. It's about stepping into the fire. Understanding you will get burned. But when you become the fire itself, it's the same vibration. You don't get burned. Somehow, firemen, though they wear suits, they don't get burned. They are heroes, as they're supposed to be. You may think the suit protects them, and it does. Nothing's ever excluded, it's always included. What really protects them is what suits them, the divine cloak and the garment to want to be of service. And what about those who die in a fire, who are firemen? Maybe, just maybe, they saved their last soul from eternal fire, which it seems like forever if you're one in a house that is ablaze. And because he did that, he finds herself completing their final karmic cycle. So there's no longer a reason for said fire person to be on the earth. Tonight is Center of Light in the making. We are what everyone is going to be talking about after you pass away. Not that you're looking for eternal fame. You're going to get that anyway, just by being under the human umbrella. Humanity back when did this thing. And everyone's going to be showing their pictures on Meta Facebook. This was my great-great-grandfather, or this was my great-great-grandmother. It's you. Telling the story, living the truth, not telling the truth, living it. That is the telling. Let's go into audio bite number 1 by Shanya Murdy. The question becomes, as I posed a minute ago, the devil makes one final appearance before God anchors itself, just to check. I'm gonna bust your balls, just to check to see if you're truly done with him before he releases your consciousness, your mind, back to the divine. Shanya Murdy. Listen. Here, listen, take it in. If you're truly one who is wanting to spin your way into a new possibility. Shanya Murdy, see you shortly.
All the traditions are in agreement that we have 3 ranges on the spectrum of consciousness that are available to us. And that when we're fully charged, we are in our divine nature. In the first yuga of the cycle, all of us are in divine consciousness. That's what is called being an avatar. Nothing less than that. So understand that divine nature is a level of energy. Once we come into the cycle and we have a certain charge of energy, that's all we get. And that energy is going to go down. It doesn't go up, it goes down. And so in the second age, the Silver Age or Treta Yuga, we're in a semi-divine state, but we're already falling. And then by the time we get into the Dwapar Yuga, we have become humans, but a higher type of human. And then when we get into the end of Dwapar and the beginning of Kali Yuga, we are lower kinds of humans, but still human. And then as Kali Yuga ends, nearly everyone enters the demonic nature and loses the human qualities. And so because of that, it requires a very radical self-transformation to escape from the demonic state, which produces suffering, destruction, death, evil, all of that we are witnessing, and chaos on a physical as well as a social and political level. So the human is a hybrid. The ego partakes of subconsciously the demonic nature and superconsciously can touch into the divine nature. But as you fall more and more into the demonic state, the divine is inaccessible. And then one comes completely under the laws of karma, because there is no grace, no salvation, because the demonic nature has no love and is not able to receive love, divine love. And that cuts one off from being able to charge the battery. That's what has to happen. The battery is dead, literally, at the end of the Kali Yuga, and you've got to charge it. That's what we're here to do. That's what yoga is about. But to charge the battery, we have to connect to the source, and the demonic nature resists that connection because it's threatened by it. So the world is a war between gods and demons. And at the end of Kali Yuga, the demons have almost won. They don't even believe that there are any gods left who need to be defeated, because there aren't. But what there are former gods. There are those who remember somewhere deep down that you used to be in a higher state in another lifetime. You have that memory. And the more that you begin to meditate, the more the remembrance of that higher consciousness and the information it contains and the love and the light and the beauty begins to dawn again from within. And as it does, one is able to then make a connection to the source of the power that made you divine in the first place. It's not enough to remember being once divine. You have to connect with the power again to redivinize your consciousness. This is not about nostalgia or trying to have a past life experience. No, this is about becoming now again a divine being. But a demon cannot even entertain that thought for very long. And so we are reaching a point now at the end of Kali Yuga where everything is totally polarized. As below, so above, right? In the same way that humanity has now been split between the vaxxed and the unvaxxed, we are now split between those who are in the divine nature and those who are in the demonic. There are no more hybrids. There's no more neutrality. Okay, I'll listen to the angel, I'll listen to the devil, I'll make my decision. It won't work. The devil's got you. The moment you give up your divine nature, you're in the grip of the demonic force. So unless there's a total surrender and a total yearning for transcending the demonized human nature, with whatever margin of health, of sanity, of power, willpower one has left, one has to use it. So right now, everyone is torn between gnosis and psychosis. There isn't even neurosis anymore to kind of have as a middle ground. It's a psychotic world now. That's the norm. And so you are going to be in a psychotic state if you are not in the state of total, liberated, blissful consciousness. It really is that extreme, a polarization that is now occurring on this plane. And so the line has been drawn, and you have to decide which side of the line you're on. You can't be on the fence. There is no fence. And if you try to be in the middle and say, I'll just muddle through my human existence and try to enjoy things as much as possible, you'll be grabbed by the demonic force. So there's an urgency of making the choice. What side are you? Do you belong to God or do you belong to the devil? It really is that clear and complete a choice. You can't be halfway. You can't be partially pregnant. You can't be partially vaccinated. You can't be partially demonic and partially divine. It doesn't work. That's the decision that has to be made at the outset to begin the journey as a Sat Yogi. If there isn't total determination, I'm choosing God and the divine nature, you won't have the willpower and the grace to escape from your own dark side, from those maras that we talked about, that are already in your mind, and they have usurped your mind, and they are causing you to commit bad karma and to be stupid and confused and not in your right mind, literally. So you either have to totally get out, and get out now without delay, are already in your mind, and they have, or say, okay, I belong to the demons, and all that goes with that choice. So things are serious. Now, Machik was faced with the same choice. And this was, back in 1100, and things were already bad enough that she had to make great efforts to defeat her own maras. And this woman was a child prodigy. She was extraordinarily intelligent, so intelligent that she was invited into the monasteries to memorize all the sacred texts, the Pragya Paramita, these huge sutras of thousands and thousands of lines. She memorized them better than any of the monks. And the head of the monastery would hold competitions, and all of these old monks would try to repeat it, and she would be able to do so much faster, so much better than they would. They'd make mistakes, she'd correct them. She was like a 5-year-old girl, and these guys could not keep up with her. So because of that, she was put in advanced training, okay? And in that advanced training, she had tutoring by some very powerful and advanced lamas. So she got a lot of help, but that help that came was the result of her own good karma to have that intelligence and have that ability to use it in service of spiritual development. And what happened was a relationship became developed between her and the Ishta Devi of Tibet, who is named Tara. Tara is the great goddess who is the protectress of Tibetan spirituality. And Tara took Machik under her wing. And she began to have visions of Tara, and then at one stage there was a total encounter. Tara actually appeared and taught her tremendous amounts of very secret information. Some of it is actually in this book, but you have to be very subtle to even understand what Tara is saying. I would like to go into some of that with you. And she eventually, of course, realized that not only is she a protege of the goddess Tara, but she actually is an avatar, an embodiment. But she wasn't allowed to know that until she had gone through all the different rites of passage, all the ordeals of struggle to conquer the Maras without that knowledge. In other words, she was emptied out. It was an act of kenosis in the same way that Christians talk about it with Jesus. He emptied himself out of all that was powerful and divine that could have, destroyed the demons. And he acted as a simple human being who had to fast for 40 days, and he had to go through all of the same ordeal and be baptized, by John the Baptist. He had to go through all of that. So it doesn't matter that you have a divine nature, it's emptied out. If you want to refill it, you have to make effort now that will attract the Ishtadevta, your own divine nature, whether it's Tara or it's Vishnu or it's Shiva or it's another, but you will get the grace of that being that you are drawn to, that expresses your archetypal nature, if you have totally given yourself to the quest of knowing who you really are. And by that I mean who you are before you were born. As Christ once was asked who he was, and he said, well, before Abraham was, I am, right? So he wasn't talking about Jesus, the man. He was talking about Christ consciousness, which is the same as Buddha consciousness. There's no difference. There's just a terminological shift. So one of the first things that the goddess Tara teaches
I love being in this place, in this space with you. Welcome back to Center of Light tonight. Center of Light in the making. Epoch. Epic. Something Shunyamurti mentioned just a bit ago. He said his presentation was about we can choose demons or the divine. And what I said a little earlier, or posted from something I shared last night on my wall, maybe, just maybe, you are perfect as you are, whole and complete. Maybe, just maybe, it is simply our journey to remember, realize, and be that, just maybe. And then I posted, let me look for it. Where is it? Try one more time. The devil makes one final appearance before God anchors itself. So what I heard Shunyamurti just say, Jesus emptied himself out completely. He could have destroyed the demons, but he didn't. This is what I got when I went to the bathroom during this break. Jesus could have destroyed the demons, but he didn't. Back to the divine he went by not giving the devil's last appearance any credence before God anchored itself. Wow. Hello, Leanne. Hey there, sexy beast. You go, girl. I've been listening and I'm standing this. Either way, love poke. So, hello, Ted Ruiz. Dang, everything he said is so true. Well, we're going to get even more echo true with Sadhguru here shortly. Tonight is Center of Light. Everything's backwards. It's wonky. In the making. Epic. It's all epic. You are epic. You're epoch. You're an alien extraterrestrial divine being on this planet, and your name is Epoch. And your life on this planet is epic. You are the future history. They're going to be talking about you. Maybe not by name. Hopefully, definitely not by shame or game or blame, because it all goes down in the Akashic Hall of Records. How do you want your story to be remembered or told? Well, it won't matter because I'm going to be dead and gone. Well, it does matter because your soul is always receptive to the perception of others. Not that you're trying to impress anybody, and not that you care what people think, but you care what people feel. That's the deal. It's the gridlock. It's the shake hands deal with Father, Mother, Creator. Your life is one in the making. What are you going to make of it? Push comes to shove it. Pushes come to shove all of us. And we're all riding one of two bus. One to Ascensionville and one to Demonicville. No matter if you're a good person, it does carry lots of weight in light, paradoxically. In light, you carry a lot of weight if you're a good person. But what makes us all better people is consciousness. Leanne says the shark bus. Love it. Have you ever seen the movie with Eddie Murphy called Holy Man? Good is better. Better is best. One of the slogans in the movie, themes that keep repeating. Are you tired of repeating? I love Earth. I love planetary systems. We've all been on them. How long? A couple of thousand lifetimes. I'm sorry, but I'm not. You've been doing this forever. You may have moments of rest and foreverness and in infinity to say, I'm tired of going to Earth. How long do you want to ride the Ferris wheel? It's peaceful, mind you. You're ready for some thrill and some kill. So we descend to a planetary system just to experience it until we want to go back and clearance it. So we find ourselves yet again back in and on a planetary system. Not necessarily you're here on Earth, which you are, but you can bet your sweet bippy, a little more strongly said, your sweet ass, that you are existing consciously on another planetary system. Spiritual liberation is about being conscious of all of them. Hence the avatars, the Mahavatars, the Jesuses, the Buddhas, the Krishnas, the Anandamayi Mas, the Sai Mas, Paramahansa Yoganandas, the Swamjas, the Sai Babas, heaven and earth. These beings have anchored themselves here to say, this is what God looks like, walks and talks like, as I traverse or grace the earth with my presence, as examples of light. And that's what we all are. We are examples and amples, because we are ample to become that very incarnation of either demonic, in this play which is completely ironic, to divine. If you don't mind, what do you want? Because you're going to get it, consciously or not. Sadhguru is going to tell you a little story about who are you? I'm asking the question of myself, who am I? I don't fully know that just yet. And I think if any of us come to a realization, any realization that says, oh my God, that's somewhat blasphemic. Oh my God, this is who I am. I've just discovered it. It's blasphemic because you've halted yourself. We halt ourselves from ever expanding into the infinite possibility. So in such a way it becomes blasphemic, meaning not because you're in trouble, because it somewhat damns the divine from ever happening to ourselves. It's epic, I tell you. It's history in the making. Universal history. Sadhguru, who are you really? And he shakes one guy down. The guy who asked the question, he's just asking God a question. Because it sounds like a cool question. It's Sadhguru puts him in. It's perfectly divinely set up. Check it out. I'll see you shortly.
Does soul exist?
Soul?
Yes.
Whose soul?
And one more. What is the purpose of life?
You're just asking very big questions without understanding the significance of the question. See, when you ask, does soul exist, you're not talking about an academic subject. You're asking, what is the nature of who I am? Or you're saying, I don't know a damn thing about myself, please tell me. Yes? Isn't it? You're asking this very easily because you have not been touched by the pain of ignorance, the pain of not knowing who you are. It has not torn you apart. If it really touches you that you're just living here, doing all kinds of nonsense without knowing the ABC of who you are, it should be very painful, isn't it? That pain has not yet touched you. You're mouthing questions. It's not sunk deep enough. So every day you must remind yourself, at least spend 10 minutes in the morning, just see what an utter idiot you are. You don't know anything about yourself, but you're busy with all kinds of nonsense in your life. Every day, just 10 minutes, remind yourself as intensely as possible your ignorance of yourself. Then slowly the pain will sink. When it becomes so painful that you can't bear it, knowing will not be far away. It's one moment. If I say, yes, you have a soul, but can you walk better? What use is the soul? Did they put any kind of utility to the soul? These two are useful. That other soul that they're talking about, is it of any use? It's of no use. So don't talk about it. And if I tell you it is there, what does it do to you? If I tell you, no, it doesn't exist, what does it do to you? Nothing, isn't it? Only thing is, the next dinner party that you go, you can entertain people around you talking about the soul. But as far as your existence is concerned, nothing changes, isn't it so? Yes? Nothing at all will change, isn't it? So if you're asking the question, fundamentally you're asking the question, what am I? Who am I? When you are here, are you alive? You're alive. When you're here alive, what is the way to know who you are? Is it not really ridiculous and insane that you must ask me, please tell me, who am I? This is like two psychiatrists were walking on the Kovalam beach one day. One of them looked at the other up and down and said, "You seem okay. How am I?" This is just like that, isn't it? You're sitting here, you're alive, you're existing, and you're asking me, who am I, what am I? Is it not ridiculous? Very ridiculous, isn't it? Only thing is, the majority is with you. That's the only comfort which has not allowed you to know the pain of ignorance. You have a huge majority of people around you who are all saying, yes, this is the way to be. Yes, that is the only thing which has given you some comfort. Suppose you are the only man on the planet who does not know who you are, everybody else knows. You know how it would be for you? Yes? You don't know who you are, you're busy in the world. Does it make any sense? Or does it sound like madness? Insanity, isn't it? But the comfort is, you're in a huge asylum where everybody's like you. So your problem is, your existence itself right now is only in comparison with something else. You have no existence of yourself, please see. Right now, if you don't have something that everybody has nose. Suppose you did not have a nose. Actually, you can breathe better, you know. If you take off your nose, you will get 22% extra oxygen. You will be more healthy, everything will be better. But you know how you will suffer? Because everybody else has a nose? Yes or no? Or if you get something extra that other people don't have, you still suffer, isn't it? Suppose you grew one horn. You know how terrible it would be? But if everybody had a horn, then we would be polishing it and decorating around, you know. Your very existence is in comparison. There is no existence of yourself. Everything is in comparison. So, with that comfort, you're passing off without knowing the pain of not knowing. If you know the pain of not knowing who you are, then if you just see that I don't know anything about myself, tears will come. If it starts tearing you apart, knowing is not far away. It's very simple. It's very, very simple because after all, you want to know what is within you, isn't it? Can what is within you be denied to you by anybody or anything? Do you need a passport to go within? Do you need a visa? To turn inward and know what's within, do you need somebody's permission? Or can somebody stop you? Can any authority in the world stop you? No. So who is stopping you? Who could be stopping you? Only yourself. Nobody else but yourself. Nobody else is capable of stopping you, isn't it? So why are you stopping yourself? Simply because you made your whole existence outside of yourself. Your very existence is only in comparison with somebody. Because this has happened to you simply because the very nature of sense organs is like this. Because your experience of life is limited to sense perception, that is the reason why you're existing in comparison with somebody, not by yourself. Because sense organs are like this. If I touch this feels cool to me. This feels cool to me not because of the way the steel rod is, simply because of the way my body temperature is. If I lower my body temperature and touch this would be warm to me. Yes? Is it so? If I lower my body temperature to -100 and touch this would be red hot to me. Is it so? So your very basic experience of life, because it is limited to sense perception, everything is in comparison. So your very existence has become in comparison. If this has to change, philosophies and teachings are not going to change this fundamental reality. If your experience of life transcends the limitations of sense perception, suddenly everything is different. When we initiated you into Shambhavi, if you gave yourself to the process, it could easily take you beyond sense perception. Many of you going into moments where you're no more within your sense perception, something else is beginning to happen. Anything new happens, your mind is such, it knows only fear. Even if you walk into heaven, you will know only fear because it's something that you do not know. You have conditioned yourself like this. But if you allow it to happen, you will see, you will start experiencing a dimension which is beyond sense perception. Only when your experience of life moves beyond sense perception, then your experience of life is absolute, not in comparison with something else. Then your experience of life has transcended the limitations of the physical. Then you have created an atmosphere to know who the hell you are. you better know who the hell you are. Otherwise, anything that you do is of no consequence.
Who the hell are you? Who are you? Who? Tell me, who are you? Who are you? Tonight's Center of Light in the making. Epoch, epic. Your life is epic. What is happening in this world, on this planet right now, is epic. It's history in the making. From Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, my newest release. I may have another one or two books. I have many in me. How many will I write? We'll see. From Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, Spirit Speaks. The clearer everyone gets, the more effective you will become at removing the parasitic energy, because you will be using your own God-given power to correct the seemingly irreversible damage that they have done. Everyone must change from poverty thinking to prosperity thinking. When that happens, you will each become a channel, Center of Light Foundation. You are the foundation. You are the center of light. Each of you will become a channel for abundance to return, radiate outward, and help heal the planet. Once everyone looks upon God as the infinite repository of wisdom and wealth, the world's spiritual revolution, resolution, evolution will begin, and your lack will end. And I respond by asking the question, you mean there will be no more starving people in the world? What a beautiful, delicious, delicious question. Spirit responds, no. I mean, you will no longer see these people as starving, but as nourished. It is this very shift in perception that will compel all of you to do what is next in sequential order. Feed the world. Feed the world. Let them know it's Christmas time again. So I asked the question, so what you're saying is that there is no lack of anything anywhere. Lack is your point of view, Keith, not mine. And that point of view is the cause of all of your quandaries. Why the world has not addressed the hunger problem more aggressively baffles me. And I ask Spirit, have we insulted you? What insults me is that you have done so little with all I have given all of you. And I ask the question, but what about all those organizations that feed the hungry? Keith, are there still starving people in the world? And I say yes. Then you have done nothing but attempt to feed the hungry. Because the world still operates from lack, tonight is Center of Light. Epic. The story will be told about you, me, we. Because the world still operates from lack, it thinks that enough is being done. But that belief only keeps you worshiping the almighty dollar instead of worshiping the Almighty within that can provide the world with everything it needs. This is changing. It is changing. This was vesseled in 1996, between 1996 and 98. This is changing. And I respond with this statement. From what you've said so far, it sounds to me as if we have to die before we can go through this spiritual transition. Is this true? And Spirit says, no, that is not the case at all. But many of you are so caught up in the dynamics of life's drama that all you know, let me read that again. No, this is not the case at all. But many are so caught up in their life's drama that all they know themselves to be must die for love, trust, and clarity to be born in order that they may live. I am pleased to say that Keith, at least for you and many others, you are dying gracefully. As long as you continue helping others and keep striving for clarity, you will one day be able to tap into the power that will let you manifest a body whenever you want. Let me get through some of this. Some of this was not intended. I asked the question, why is peace living epically so that the story of our lives are being told in a beautiful way? You are Matthew, John, or Luke. You have your own gospel in the scripture of humanity. I asked the question, why is peace so difficult for us to get to? Many do not know what peace looks like because they make no effort at all to familiarize themselves with it. It cannot be said enough. It takes love, trust, and clarity to live the peace that lies within you. Are we going full demonic or are we going full divine? You cannot be almost pregnant. This is what it's come to. Spirit responds, this is your moment, children of light. For lifetime after lifetime, I have watched you work diligently so that you could be here now preparing for the grandest time in history. Do not take this life for granted, you lucky one, because there are many souls who still await the chance you have been given, human birth. When I went to the bathroom, when Sadhguru was doing his baton lightsaber twirling, I heard him say, he spoke to me deliberately. I was open in all availability to take it in. Recap. If you have not known the pain of ignorance, if you have not known the pain of ignorance, you will never know anything. If you realize you really don't know anything, if you realize that you don't really know anything, when we truly realize that, the humility happens. We drop to our metaphorical or literal knees. When we realize that we don't know anything, tears will come. The river of life will flow through our eyelids, out our tear ducts, and make us all a beautiful mess. But we must go beyond sense perception. So in order to have those tears flow, we have to get beyond sense perception. So what does that look like? I'm glad you asked. Let's go beyond sense perception. Hello everyone, welcome to Serve Like Comrade Shasha. Let's go beyond sense perception. Follow me here, and you will have an experience. It will require a sense perception, but not in the way you may have always known. An aha, a door's going to open up. So let's do this, right? Tonight has been Center of Light in the making. It's epic. You, my cosmic sibling, are epic in and of itself. In fact, the whole story from future vantage point perspective is going to be not only told about you, but through your experience. If someone goes to the Akashic Hall of Records, the Akashic Library, and they go through the Divine Dewey Decimal System, and they look up hashtag, keyword, how humanity ascended, your name's going to be there. And someone's going to click on it and learn exponentially from you, because of you. I'm looking for my last exit note. So tonight is in the making. It's epic. Can't find the note. I think I deleted it when I transferred some documents. Realize that there's a train moving. Have you ever seen that GIF of a train? It goes one way, turn your head away, and then it comes back the other. It's the same train. It's moving the same direction, but it's perspective. And the direction is because of said conscious or unconscious perspective is beginning to divide. It's not beginning to divide. It's been dividing. It's all a mystery. I don't have a puzzle piece for you. I have a puzzle that I've come to a space of peace with myself that I love sharing with you. And yours is different from everyone else as well. It's coming down to this: sit a spell into the divine or dwell forever in hell. Not forever, but it's analogous in the sense that your life is so epic in the making that whatever you choose, you can have. Unconditional, God says, you can have it. Our unconsciousness causes us trouble. We're not aware that there's a piece of furniture in the house that was bought when I was away, and now it's 12 o'clock at night and the light is off. You can break your pinky toe on said furniture. It will create an enlightenment moment. Oh my God, someone placed this here. They just didn't tell you because they wanted to surprise you. Well, surprise. In the making. Epic. There's a great divide. But no, there's a great unity happening when one is conscious of said great divide. And in that unity, none of us really will ever be able to hide because the truth, revelation, is being revealed. The seventh is being sealed. Seventh son of a seventh son. It's being sealed. That's the deal. We're here. You are near, you are dear. Center of Light has lots of things about to manifest. So thank you for not really per se your support, but thank you for that. But your support, your anchor, your light. We all have a plight. We want to tell a beautiful, delicious story. But the glory happens truly when we get out of story. You are not the story. You are the glory. Central Light Foundation. It's you. Peace, love, and stay sexy.